Howdy, everybody. This is episode 5 of the Let's Talk series. And today we're going to be finishing up this building. This is for meat storage. And I had actually finished this building because I had recorded episode 5 already. But as I said in the previous episode, my computer crashed, and so I lost the footage and I lost the save, so we gotta go back and do that again. So that's what we're doing. I didn't lose a whole lot. I think I was like 10 minutes into the recording, so stuff that's easily replaced, so we're not gonna worry about it too bad. But that is the plan for today, and then after we're done with this, we're going to try and start our actual home, where we're going to do all of our living activities and such. And as I'm building this, I'm trying to split between fresh logs that I just cut and storage, because I still have to cut down my trees to gain strength, so I'm still gonna do that. And also, we don't have enough logs to get everything from storage forever, so that is the direction we are going with that. And as far as like the house is concerned, I'm not really sure quite what I want to do yet. It's gonna be a fair size, big enough for all of my living activities, but I don't want to go too big. I don't know. We'll have to see when we get there what we want to do. That is all the walls done there for that, though, so now we need to put a roof on it. And I talked about before, roofs are kind of janky. So the auto placement wants to make it really cheap for me, which would be great, but I'm going for a certain look, and so this certain look is going to be very expensive. Yeah, 42 logs. Custom roofs are expensive. I could have gone the other way and it would have been cheaper, but it wouldn't have looked good with how I think I want to do the house. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I might be wrong and I might do the house in a completely different way, in which case I will have made this super expensive roof for nothing, essentially. And on the whole, we just want to make it a little bit homier. I don't want to build like a fortress, I want to build a home, which it's at least going to start as a home. If we get it to where we're having a lot of problems with cannibals and later on mutants, because mutants probably will be spawning very close to my house, we will have to see what we can do. Although I'm thinking if we have to do that, I'm gonna think more in the way of privacy, less like rather than defense, because I don't want to build a fortress. And the way the enemies kind of think in this game is they won't bug/bother you if they can't see you, which is what I mean by privacy. So that would at least deal with the cannibals for the most part. I mean, we'd still have to build a strong wall, because as long as you're in the area, they are going to try and destroy your shit, which isn't super cool, but as long as we've got like a private area where they can't see me from anywhere, then that should cut down on the amount of fighting that we'll have to do. Now we're just going to get some turtle meat because I really need to work harder on getting more meat. We need to get a stockpile going, especially since now we will have this building so we can actually put the things inside where it'll be safe and I don't have to worry about cannibals coming up and stealing it, because that is just really annoying to deal with, to be honest. And back to the privacy thing. It won't work for mutants. It will for cowmen and Virginias, but fucking armsies are just pricks, and they'll destroy everything just for the sake of destroying everything. Even when they don't know you're around, or even when you're not around. I've heard, people go like to the other side of the map and they come back and their shit's destroyed and they find an armsy dancing on the remains of their house. Fucking, I can't stand armsies, man. They're just so destructive, and they'll kill like anything in one hit. At least most of your important things. And possibly even worse is they can knock down trees in one hit, and they target trees for no reason. They specifically are programmed to go towards trees and knock them down. And we got a lot of trees around here. And that means we're liable to having those fall on our buildings, which is also going to do a lot of damage. So we'll have to see how it goes. Hopefully it won't be too bad, but let's not expect anything too optimistic, I guess, because it very well could come crashing down in the end. We'll see how it goes. But for right now, cutting down trees is going pretty well. It's nice that we actually got the modern axe. I didn't plan on getting the modern axe so early, to be honest, because it does speed things up, and I was going for more of a slow, leisurely playthrough. It just happened that we got killed, and then I really wanted it. I guess we were already down in the cave, but I don't know. I don't know if we'll be going for any of the other tools or weapons anytime soon, because like I said, I was going more for a slow, leisurely playthrough. So I don't know. If you guys want me to, I will. Otherwise, I will decide later if I want to or not. And real quick, while we're here chilling, doing logs, getting trees, all the things, I would just like to thank you all for taking the time to watch this video. Since I started this playthrough, I've gained 3 subscribers, which doesn't sound like a lot, but I think that's the fastest I've gained subscribers since I made the channel. I was stuck at 23 for a really long time. So it's cool to have new people, because these are also not people I know. All my subscribers before knew me personally. So just a little shout out to people like Lieutenant Dragon, who come here and watch these things not knowing me, and even going as far as to comment on the videos, which I appreciate a lot, because my friends and family, they don't comment because they see me, so they can just tell me things. But it's cool to have comments. It's cool to have someone to interact with on here. It makes it feel less like less like a one-man show. It helps that I got a crowd, I guess. But anyway, before I get too deep into all that, I just wanted to say that I appreciate that support. I may not be a rich and famous man, but I'm a happy man. And that's really all I could ask for. So thank you. But, so we're about done with this roof. Just finishing up the logs now. I'm not gonna, like, fill this building with drying racks. Like, I'm not gonna put, 20 in there. Because they're just not gonna fit. And it's gonna make it really annoying to deal with. And it just won't look all that good. So I think I'll only put, like, 5 or 6, maybe, somewhere around there. Because I really don't need more than that. It's hard survival, so meat is fairly scarce anyway. And, I eat. So, as long as I don't plan on hunting a whole lot more than I do currently, I'm just going to go with a couple of drying racks. Because even this will probably be too much, but... it'll do. I mean, they're cheap, so as long as it's not getting in my way, I don't care to build that many. I mean, I would build 20 if I had the room for them, but I don't. So we're just going to make use of the room that we have in here as best as we can, and it'll be fairly cheap, and it'll be all I need. So that's what, 25 sticks? Very cheap for 5 racks. And we'll worry about the lighting in there later. Right now it's daytime, so we can just kind of see in there. Alright, and that is the last drying rack. So now we can get rid of this one. Move our massive amounts of meat over to the building. And I didn't think about it before, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to clear all of the stuff that's on the ground right now. Which isn't great because we have our water collectors. And we have that cage. And I think even the bench and the bonfire are going to be in the way. So we're going to need to clear those, which I didn't really plan for before, obviously. Otherwise, I wouldn't have to clear them. But right now, we're just going to get these lights set up. And I'm going to try and make more use of the hanging lights, because I usually just use the like, skull lamps that you place on the ground. But, I might as well step a little bit out of the comfort zone to try new things, because also we're right next to the Lakeside Cannibal Village, which has a couple of ropes already, and the yacht isn't that far, and the yacht has even more ropes. So, and those respawn every time I load up the game. So we should have a pretty good stockpile. See, 2 ropes here at this boat. And then on the yacht is 3 ropes, I think. I don't think there's any actually at the Lakeside Cannibal Village. I don't think there's any nooses. I can't remember. I don't think there are. I think we'd have to go to, like, the main Cannibal Village, which we also need to do because I'm going to need cloth, and that's it. Okay, we probably shouldn't eat those. We're going to need cloth, and that's a pretty decent spot to get cloth, and we're really not that far away. It's a pretty short walk. So it won't be a huge deal to go up there, as long as I don't get, like, swarmed whenever I do actually go up there. Gonna put another sap collector so that we can pick up this other pot. There we go, and then we'll grab this sap that we've already collected. And now we can pick it up. Cool. So now we have another pot, should we need it. Otherwise, more sap collectors are always a good thing. And we'll destroy these effigies because these have skulls, and I need a couple of skulls yet. And we're right back. I didn't actually realize before, like when we started building, just how close I was to the lakeside cannibal village, and that may in itself cause problems. I've already observed we're really close to an intersection of patrol routes, which is probably what these guys were right here. Just leave me alone. So, cool tip, and this really helps out sometimes, is you want to target the leader. You want to take a better shot than that. There we go. Because look, they're just running off. And they're gone. Sometimes when you kill the leader, the others just run off. So it's good to target him first. Also, I believe he's going to be the strongest most of the time. So you're going to want to target him first anyway. But, yeah. So now we don't have to deal with them just because we killed that one guy. And although the first shot wasn't great, the second shot was pretty good, I think. And we will worry about burning him later, because I also want to get bone baskets together before we really start burning them. Because although I can make bone armor, it's going to cost me cloth. And right now we don't have a whole lot, so I don't want to use it a whole lot. Yeah, these are going to have to go. Because these are really close to what we're building. Which isn't great. So we'll get rid of those. I think definitely those other things are too close. Thankfully, I think the shelter is far enough away that I don't have to worry about it. And we'll just sit on this real quick to gain our energy back before we go and destroy it. All these birds. And we can destroy that. This area seems to be pretty popular with birds, I think. I'm okay with it. It's a good supply of feathers. Now, I want to build this platform a little higher than the others. Just because... Why do I want to do that? You know what? I don't even know if I have a good reason. I think it might just be just for looks. Actually, you know what? I might build it even higher than this. Because you can actually make it to where you can go under the custom foundations. You can either leave one side open, which I don't know if I'll be able to do because of the way I have to build this, but I think you can also just use the hole cutter to cut into one of the sides so that you can walk through, which might be what we have to do. Yeah, this isn't looking straight at all, but I can't tell from here. It's hard to keep it aligned with the edge of the existing platform because it's so long. If it was shorter, it wouldn't be such a big deal because, you know, even if you're off, it's so short you don't have to worry about it. But this is a pretty long way to go, so we got to be pretty dead on the money. And I don't think that's it at all. It's just too far off to even be able to get away with it. See, that's a pretty huge gap right there. I mean, once I get the wall on, it might not be so noticeable, but right now it looks pretty bad. $46 logs, that's not actually that bad. But I don't think we're keeping it. No, we're gonna have to, and I do think I'm gonna build it taller so that I can fit under it. Because if I can get that to work properly, I think I'm gonna put rabbits down there. Whenever we actually start catching rabbits, that would be a good spot to put them in their cages. Somewhere that's out of the way, that has plenty of space, so that if the rabbit production gets to be a pretty good size, then we don't have to worry about space. And it's out of the way, so I don't have to build like a new building, because I really don't want to do that, because although there are many other types of storage, I think really just about all of them can just go in my house, and I can make it look like a house furniture kind of item. So I don't want to be like filling my house with rabbits. So I've realized the way I'm doing this, I cannot leave one side open at the bottom. I mean, I could leave this side open, but I would want to leave the long side open. And I can't really do that with the way that I have to build this for it to be straight and lined up. But I think that's going to be tall enough. If the hole cutter works, I should be able to get underneath, I think. Okay, that was whack. And we'll destroy this. And now we just gotta get to building. 59 logs still isn't that expensive, so I'm okay with that. I don't think we have enough in storage to use completely just from storage logs. I think we are gonna have to cut down trees, but that's fine, you know. There's plenty of trees out there. It is called the forest after all. Which now I gotta wonder. I don't think this is based off of a real place in real life. But even if it's not, like in the in-game world, it would have to have a name, right? I mean, every piece of land bigger than like a square meter has a name. So I wonder if the peninsula has a name. Because everybody just calls it the forest or the peninsula. Some people call it like the island or whatever. But I don't know. It could be like, I don't know. What would you call a piece of land? I also don't actually know where in the world it is, which that might just be me not knowing things. But we're going to be part of a bigger land mass, right? Because it's just the peninsula that we're on. And the greater piece of land is blocked to us by the mountains. So then what's on the other side of the mountains? Because we're supposed to be like pretty remote, pretty far from civilization. But how remote? You know? I don't know. Things I am now thinking about that I will maybe look into later, because now I'm curious. Although even if it hasn't been given a name by the devs, the way a lot of things have been named in this game was actually by fans because they didn't have names. And so you think about like the grassy plains or like the fertile lands, those weren't named those by the devs. Those were named by the fans. You know, I know Farkit himself named a lot of them just because it probably made it a lot easier to do all the wiki stuff, but there's other fans that have named things, and so I wonder if anybody's actually given a name to the peninsula as a whole, or if it has an existing name already. Goodness, my voice. That's better. I hate these turtles getting stuck on this rock in particular. Usually they get stuck sort of under it, and then I can't skin them, which is really annoying. I can kill them, but I can't skin them, which is not all that fun. Let's see if we can stay hidden from those cannibals. I don't really want to deal with them right now, because I don't need them wailing on all of my shit. Oh, we've been spotted. There goes that plan. We'll put our meat away before I forget, because I don't want it to spoil. And I think we're just gonna have to fight him. Is he hostile? Yeah. Yeah, he is. Yeah, we'll just have to fight him. And I didn't actually mean to let go of that arrow, but whatever. It works. That's why we have more. It's an interesting way to fall. We'll just put him with his buddy over here. Like I said, I'm not worried about burning them right now. So now we're pretty close to our calories burned. So I want to see about getting to bed soon. Hopefully I got this rain collector up fast enough to collect the rain. Okay. We've slept. No rain collected. So I think we're just going to have to drink sodas. But before that, we're going to have to eat. Sleeping always lowers your hunger and thirst bars to, well, pretty low. So even if you eat right before you go to sleep. Tractor going by. Even if you eat right before you go to sleep, you'll still wake up and be hungry and thirsty. So it's not usually a good idea to eat before you sleep. Now we're about done with this. I think I'll probably have to cut down 1 or 2 more trees. But we're about done with this platform. I was just going to end the episode here after sleeping, but since we're already nearly done with this platform, I figured I would stay and record that part. So as soon as we're done with this, I will end the video. And then I will upload the video. And then you guys can tell me what you think. I actually feel better about this episode than I usually do. Like with the past few episodes, it's been really awkward for the most part, me just sitting here talking to myself, but this one feels a lot better. And so I think we're on the right track to making these more comfortable for me and even for you guys. Because I don't know how well it comes across, but I am generally not very comfy doing this. It's just awkward, and it's not something I usually do, so it's a new thing, and I'm working on it, and I think I am actually getting better. So that's pretty cool to see, pretty cool to feel, and it makes me just more excited for future episodes. And yeah, we did have to cut down one more tree. Yeah, our calories looks good. One more tree, 4 logs, and then we are done, and we'll need to get that extra rope at some point in the future for that other light. Surprised I haven't destroyed a ton of my stuff yet with felling trees. Well, this was a 5-log tree. And that's the platform done. So, in the next episode, we are going to work on building the actual house. So that'll be cool, and you guys can look forward to seeing that whenever I make it. It should be just a few days after this one comes out. So I think that's all I've got for now. And until that next episode, I will see you guys later. All right? Be good, everybody. And goodbye.